Good evening and welcome to another video edition of the Get Off My Lawn podcast. I'm your host, Brad.
I'm your other host, Kyle.
He's the smart one. I'm the pretty one.
I have the glasses to prove it.
Yeah, exactly. Wears glasses to look smarter.
I'm like Rick Perry, but straighter.
Wow. You seem to have quite a bit of coffee accoutrement
I feel
in
like
front of you.
all have coffee accoutrement until you hit the booze at your end of the table.
Well, my end's the cool kids' end of the table here.
You're not wrong. So this is actually because we are doing an episode on coffee, and because of that we thought it would be a good idea to show you some
is
of our
that what we're doing
favorites.
tonight?
That is literally what we're doing. Or are we supposed to pretend?
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
I researched swashbucklers.
Oh, no. Well, this is going to be a really weird episode. But what we're doing is we're going to be showing you some of our favorite coffee brewing methods, and then a way to kind of, Irish up the coffee and
Hey, this
for
is
the end of the
scotch.
night. I'm sorry, scotch up the coffee for the end of the night.
All right.
So,
I believe to start us off, you've got a few interesting hacks for your at-home French press.
well, brewing with a French press is probably the best standard way, I think, to brew coffee.
I agree.
Drip coffee is like the Pizza Hut of coffee. It will do the job. It resembles coffee, and it will caffeinate you. But you need it in 30 minutes or less. But you don't really want that all the time.
Or you have 16 people that all need a slice.
Yes, yes, exactly. You have a coffee party. This is definitely not a 16-person job. So what I thought we would do is we'd show you just kind of how to generally brew using a French press. And there's a few little ways to make it better. All right, so there's a few pieces of equipment that you need to brew coffee with a French press. Look, I know what you were thinking. So you need a French press. Yeah. Do not get a French-Canadian press. It's not the same. You need salt. This might seem a little weird, but you need salt for the actual brewing process. You don't want iodized table salt. I broke Brad.
Oh my god. Okay.
You don't want iodized table salt. You want
You
something
do
like sea
realize
salt.
Canada's our second biggest subscriber, right?
Yeah, but they're like really nice. They're not gonna.
Yeah, okay, cool.
They're not gonna unsubscribe. They'd be like, that would be impolite.
Tell me about your salt.
It's too cold in the winter.
Tell me about your salt.
So you need either kosher salt, pink Himalayan salt, sea salt, something like that.
Something a little bit coarser.
Yeah, but also the table salt's iodized.
Well, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So that's
makes sense. Okay. I'm on board now.
A wooden spoon. Doesn't have to be wooden, but I don't know. I like a wooden spoon. A tablespoon, measuring spoon, a cup to drink out of, and coffee.
It doesn't work particularly well if you try to spout it directly into your mouth.
I'm waiting for when they invent a rig that will just drip it directly onto my brainstem, but until then, it's solidly the cup. So coffee. Whole bean would be best to start with, but because we're lazy, we're going to start with pre-ground coffee. So that's kind of the equipment you need. Oh, and you need a kettle with some water set to boil. The process is actually super easy, but some of the things are important. You don't want to let it steep too long. You don't want too much coffee. These are like the small important things that make the big difference. It's not like drip coffee.
How much coffee is too much coffee?
Well, too many grounds in the coffee.
Oh, I
Yeah,
gotcha.
I've never said there's too much
much
coffee.
Because you heard me when I said I drink 2 of those a day,
Yes.
right? Okay.
I've started putting espresso shots into my coffee at work. It's a problem.
I never get espresso at work.
I work in a pretty bougie place. So what you're going to start off with doing is you're going to have this individual serving size French press. This right here I think is like 20 or 24 ounces, something like that.
Roundabouts.
Yeah, so basically what you want to do is you want 2 tablespoons of coffee for every 6 ounces. So in this,
I can hold that for you.
oh, thank you, sir. We're going to want 8 tablespoons of coffee, which I guess we really could have just grabbed a half-cup measure, but I think everybody just wants to see me do this 8 times.
Yeah, sure. Why not? I love watching you measure out grounds.
Yeah, it's good. It was my Breaking Bad spin-off show that I pitched. It's just
Measuring grounds.
Powdered substances. They decided not to go with it for some reason. I'm a little disappointed. Oh my gosh, I think this is 6.
I believe you're right. Yes, that looks like you're about at 6 there.
Yeah,
Let's-
I like
let's see
how
here.
I just spent a little bit of time telling everybody.
Actually, I think yep, you're good.
Yeah, that's
right there. That's good.
All right, so we've got 8 tablespoons, and I just told everybody, well, make sure you measure it properly.
And then we just bullshit our way through actually counting.
Man, we're bad at this.
Yeah, we are.
So you want the 8 tablespoons of ground coffee, and then little secret ingredient, a little grind of salt, just that much.
And
Not much.
why
So-
do you put salt in your coffee?
So coffee, I don't know if you know this, can be a little bit bitter. Now salt helps kind of round off that bitterness and bring out the other flavors. It's why we salt food. You don't salt food to make food. Salty, you make food. You salt it to make it taste
I don't know
more
what
like
you're talking
the
about.
food.
I love that sodium MSG-tastic flavor, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, that's why you have that shirt that says like MSG for me.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nope, that's me.
Yeah. It's really fun. I also like hearing about all your heart palpitations, but this rounds it out, makes it taste more coffee-y, which sounds kind of weird, but it actually works really nicely.
Interesting.
So then, once you have that in there, you have brought some water to a boil, which this was just recently off the boil.
Yes.
Let it sit for a minute, because you don't want it to be at boiling. It's not the optimum temperature for everything.
You're really just going to keep cooking the grounds.
Yeah,
at
and it
that
won't
point,
extract
and it won't
properly.
extract as much. And,
So you want to wait about 60 seconds, and then that'll be the
I mean,
perfect temperature.
maybe you like your coffee to taste like, char. But
Yeah, some people do.
we're not as big fans.
No, I prefer a nice medium roast.
Absolutely.
But what you then do is you take this coffee and you pour till the grounds are just barely wetted. That's why you have the wooden spoon. So you then mix with the wooden spoon until everything is nicely nice and wet.
Yep, we just went there.
Did we just get the mature rating on YouTube? Did they
Yes,
have
we
one of those?
did. Yes, we
Well,
did.
So, and then what you want to do is you want to let this sit for a little while.
I realized that I also forgot to bring it in here.
Oh. Oh, Brad, thank you. Thank you. So then you want to let it sit for maybe 30 to 60 seconds, because what you're doing is you're blooming the grounds.
Bloomin'.
Blooming.
Bloomin'.
Much like onions,
Yes.
grounds benefit from some blooming. What it does is it actually expands the ground and the surface area and kind of opens it up. So it allows the water to extract more flavors from it. I don't know. It's that science shit. That's why I watch Alton Brown. He taught me all of these things, and it has made
We're
my
big
coffee
fans of Mr. Brown
Oh my
on the Get Off My Lawn
Alton.
podcast.
Come on our podcast.
Please.
I promise to make half as many dick jokes. So that's probably
So he can make the other half?
Yeah, probably. So then what you do is you just fill it up to the line, which never seems like enough coffee.
No.
Place
really
the top
doesn't.
on. And then now you're going to want to wait for 4 minutes. Extracting it longer won't make stronger coffee. It'll make coffee that just tastes worse. Because coffee, the longer it soaks, the more astringent and bitter it gets.
Absolutely.
The more tannins are released. Brad, I don't know if you've heard of
Wine
tannins.
word. We have a wine word.
We need to ring a bell here. But that doesn't make for good tasting coffee.
Absolutely not. No.
So then you're going to want to wait for 4 minutes. And now we're going to wait for 4 minutes. Oh, time's up. Perfect. All right, so now that the 4-ish minutes are up, what you're going to want to do is you're going to plunge. You're going to take the plunge.
Plunge.
Okay, that was terrible. But you want to do the plunging very slowly, because the whole point of this isn't just to filter out the coffee grounds. It's also, coffee has oils, and it has the actual watery bits in it. And so much like a nice vinaigrette, you're actually trying to emulsify this. So by plunging, taking about 30 seconds or so, Or so. You're actually emulsifying the oils into the coffee. You get a richer body. You get better flavor. It's just all around pretty rad. All right.
And plunge.
All right, no yakety sax.
Yeah, I don't think we can afford the rights to yakety sax.
That has to be public domain.
I have no idea. I am not a music lawyer.
Benny Hill's estate is just
Just
painfully
waiting,
litigious.
waiting to see who they can
Got
catch
him.
using yakety sax.
So now that it has been plunged, this coffee is ready to drink.
Awesome.
You want me to pour a cup?
Sure. Why not? Let's do it.
All right.
It's only 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah. Where's your cup?
Over here.
Thank you, sir. Okay. So this coffee I normally drink with like half and half. Most coffee I do that. But this I can actually pretty easily drink without. It makes a less bitter, richer cup of coffee. That's just once you've had it, like you don't want to drink coffee any other way. And that's how you make a French press cup of coffee. Now get off my lawn. Oh, that is good. That's really good.
That's nice.
Why is it 10 o'clock at night?
Because we're dumb.
You're not wrong about that one.